gap before you get on the jetway deal. And it was just like a blast furnace, 124 degrees or some shit like that.
You can feel the air between the fucking plane and the thing you're getting on just come in, and you're like, God damn it, dude. Like, you feel like you just passed through an oven for half a second and your life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah, it's just gnarly. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's gross. just gross.
There's just places people shouldn't live.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah, I felt the same way about Montana. I was like, why up there on the High Line? I was like, 17 days in a row, and it never got above -10. Like that was the high.
That ain't fucking right.
No, it's awful. Just fucking awful.
I ain't gonna live in a place where I can't piss outside. Like, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
You can do it, but
you can do it.
Yeah, anything's possible if you try hard and believe in yourself. I don't believe in myself enough to do on -10 and try to go pee.
Well, it's weird because it just like you hear a cracking sound when it hits the ground. It just like as it freezes as it's hitting the ground, and that's body temperature too. So it's fucking weird. But I imagine Dale Brisby won't be covering any of that on how to be a cowboy. He's down in Texas, so that's not a. I guess last year they had a little stint where they got some cold, but I imagine that didn't make it on the Netflix show.
Yeah, no, not about it. I like a lot of his rodeo stuff because there's guys out there. There's one thing he was talking about, like, if you go to a rodeo, just show up with like one of those Jack Daniels shirts you can get from Boot Barn. If you see somebody else who's got chaps on that's wearing a Jack Daniels shirt, don't talk to them. That way they don't know that you're not a real cowboy or whatever the fuck. But
pretty much. I like to wear my chaps to the rodeo, even if I'm not in, just so people know I'm legit.
Shaft.
Yeah, just and I'll wear my spurs on the wrong feet, and just so people know I'm cool. But
just wear my ball cap and a t-shirt, and I avoid people.
Yeah, I don't go to rodeos much anymore. I like them, but if I don't have somebody that I know in it, or if I'm not like the ranch rodeos the same way anymore. I'm either like bullshitting with people away from the arena, or I don't know. I've seen enough rodeos there. It's whatever.
It's different. It's a lot different when you're watching it. Like, I don't know. I can't watch rodeos just because I did it for so long. It's like a basketball player trying to sit down and watch a basketball game. It's like you want to go do something with it. So I just don't go to rodeo for that.
Yeah.
I might go if that's a reasonable time, but I like to be in bed by 9 o'clock. And if they had them at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, maybe I'd go. But I think I'm getting old, and I don't.
Well, they have them in the summer too. So at 4:30 in the afternoon, it's just balls ass hot. So like there's no reason to be outside if you're not getting paid for it. So.
Yeah, I don't like standing in crowds or being around that many people in the first place.
Yeah.
Same reason I don't concerts much anymore.
Yeah, that I liked the Braun Brothers reunion, how they had that set up, because like there was a shitload of people there. It was like 3,000-4,000 people, but they also had it was at the golf course, so they had like a huge. So like if you weren't up there by the stage, there was plenty of room to move around and shit. You didn't have to get all claustrophobic, but it was pretty cool. That was a good setup.
The last concert I went to was in 2018. I went to see Tyler Childers in Denver in a tiny fucking venue, and there had to have been like 2,000 people packed into this fucking tiny.
Did you go to the Grizzly Rose or?
It was I don't even remember what it was called. It was down on Main.
Oh, it's probably like the Bluebird Theater or some shit like that.
It was some theater, but it was fucking tiny and it was packed. I mean, I was standing shoulder to shoulder with people, and I was a nervous wreck the whole fucking time. I couldn't even enjoy.
Yeah, and they don't let you like most of those, especially in Denver. Those like those theaters, they'll frisk you and shit before you go in too, so you can't even carry. And so yeah, you just get claustrophobic as hell.
They had metal detectors at the door.
Oh yeah.
Once you came in, you couldn't leave. I was like, this is a fucking death trap in here.
Yeah.
Like halfway through it, I wanted to go smoke a cigarette, and they had cops at the door, and they were like, "You can leave, but you can't come back." I was like, "Fuck you guys."
You should have brought your vape. That's
I'm too cool.
What kids do nowadays.
I'm too cool for that. I'd rather get the cancer than
just mainline the cancer. All right, Nick, let's start this bitch.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. How to Be a Cowboy, Season 1, Episode 1. Welcome to the Radiator Ranch. I would share the screen with you, Chris, but I'm sure they'd nuke that real quick.
No, that's all right. Me and screens don't get along anyway. I'm on my third new phone.
Oh.
Do you wear flashy shirts like that, Matt?
No. I try to buy just the plain blue ones if I can. I've got a few that are a little bit like I've got some going out shirts that are paisley and shit, but I don't like those old school ones. No.
I always buy just the plain ass striped or plaid Wrangler pearl snap shirts.
Yeah.
I've never liked those flashy fucking pattern shirts or the paisley ones. I think the only flashy shirt I have is from the wedding.
I like paisley, but I don't know. I like they're wearing right there, but and they got to have 2 pockets. I hate the single pocket shirts
with no fucking
yes.
Who the fuck makes single pocket shirts?
Oh, they're like cinch. All the cinch shirts are single pockets, it seemed like, which sucks because cinch shirts fit awesome, but they I keep my phone in one pocket and I keep my chew in the other pocket, and I like just the old Wrangler pearl snaps. Those are my favorite ones. But
I like them because you can get undressed and dressed in a hurry.
Yeah, the Eli Cattleman's are fine, except the snaps give me some sort of reaction, and I break out right there on the sleeves,
like some cheap metal.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing until I started buying them, and then and it's not bad. Like it's like a mild mosquito bite.
Well, it sounds better than lead poisoning, but
yeah.
Just check the tags, make sure it's not made in China, because they're out there trying to kill us right now.
Oh, they've been trying that for a while.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people who have ordered shit off the Wish app have gotten coronavirus from the box.
You know,
like there's somebody just fucking popping that shit directly into the box before they seal it.
It's funny. My father-in-law bought a pair of like cargo pants off of Wish the other day, and apparently they're in Chinese size because they were like 2 inches too short. And he ordered his size, like 32 waist or whatever, and they were like way too small.
I've ordered just
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say China's just got some guy in an assembly line that's sick, and they just wait until all the fucking shit gets in the box and sneezes on it, and then they send it out.
he sneezes on it and then fucks it and then sends it off.
Go for you.
I've got no picture on. I've got the sound, but no vidya on the Dale Brisby.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure it's my computer. It's all right though.
You ain't missing much. They're waiting for an intern.
Spoiler. Intern.
It's a girl.
Yeah, that was in the description, so they didn't do a very good job of holding the suspense there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, but it bugs the fuck out of me when a guy has long hair like
that. I don't know. To each their own, I guess, but I'm not it's whatever.
I don't care too much for it, but it's fucking too hot out here to have long hair, so
I can't stand it. Like through the winter, I won't get a haircut, and my hair will get kind of long. But once it starts growing and fucking over my ears, I can't stand that shit.
Yeah. Once my hair gets long enough, I can't stand it. Like if it's messing with my, like I can feel it on my ears. I can't do that shit.
Yeah, that's part of my saving grace is fucking I can't deal with it, and I've never grown a mullet for it, so I guess I can be grateful for that.
Well, I tried to once, and then
I have never grown a mullet, and it's because I didn't grow up in the 80s, and I'm not a faggot, so I can't do that.
But like Billy Ray Cyrus was the coolest thing ever in 1992.
That was before my time.
I mean, I just turned 30 like 2 days ago, or no, a day ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that before my time? I'm like, well, it'd be 2. So I mean, technically, but at the same time, it's like, God damn, you're 56 years old. What? He's like, at least I know how old I am.
Oh. Is this going to be like a sketch comedy or just a straight reality show?
Does it feel more like a reality show?
That's what it's feeling like. I don't know. Whatever. Toyota. The chick's driving up in a Toyota. Spoiler alerts for everybody that's watching. We don't have many people watching right now, but
I know that guy.
I bet her dad's happy.
Yeah. You know, there's something about like with women and the extreme sports, like whether it be bronc riding, bull riding, or like the UFC chicks. I don't really enjoy the chick fights in UFC, and then there's like the bare knuckle. Like there's even chicks fighting bare knuckle boxing now.
I can watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I don't know. I it's just weird. Well, just growing up in the Bible Belt, you don't hit women. That's like the main rule you're taught. And now you always thought like if you saw chick fights, that was either ghetto or white trash shit. And
I love the ghetto white trash. I can watch that all day.
Those black chicks will clean up the white trash chick fights though. Like if you take a white trash chick versus like a ghetto black chick, I'll put money on the ghetto black chick all day long. They hit like a man.
Yeah, and advantage the black girls because their wig might fall off, but white girl just lost a handhold and somebody's getting fucked up for pulling a wig off.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing you don't do.
Oh no.
Yeah, the black girl just hold my earrings, and then bam, right across, right to the face. They don't fuck around with they don't fuck around with like the slap and the clawing and shit. No, it's straight up just fucking jab, 1, 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends today, and she was saying that she knocked a dude out. So I'm actually kind of impressed.
But you say in the Bible Belt, they always say don't hit women, but that does not pertain to a sister, because I had an older sister that will fuck me up.
Yeah, when it's family, that's a little different. My little sister got all the WWE moves done on the trampoline, like power bomb. What was it's like the rack or something, like where you like hold them behind your shoulders and you just jump up and down. I like how she still has a spine. I don't know.
Do you remember meeting my sister Ashley at the wedding?
Yes.
She has fucked me up more times than I could probably count.
I believe that. She looks like she could.
We were in a screaming match in the house one time. And she was cooking dinner, and she was getting into the fucking pantry to get something out of it. And she had said something to me. We were arguing, and I was like, how about you quit being a fucking cunt? And she grabbed a can of beans and chunked it across the house and hit me in the side of the fucking head with it. Like Peyton Manning.
She got that bullet arm, dude.
Yeah.
My sister, we've gotten into it a couple times. I think the last time, to be fair, like minus my pride, she probably won because she fucking hooked my nose with her fingers and pulled back behind me. And, but she won't let me live it down. When she was like a newborn, I tried to fucking kill her because I was a fucking spoiled brat at that point. And like she was in her crib taking a nap, and my mom heard her breathing weird, and she came in, and she was like, "What's going on?" And she saw me kicking her, and I said, "Life was good until you came along." And I'm 30 fucking years old. My sister will still fucking in the group chat. She'll be like, "Hey, remember that time you tried to kill me? I'm still here, you motherfucker." I'm like, "I know you are." Shut up.
Yeah, my little sister, like she's got to have spine problems at some point.
Too many pile drivers.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot, and this was, like in the heyday of well, it was back, I guess I'm older than you fucks. I'll be like 36.
Midnight.
Yeah, so it was like I remember when WCW was still a thing, and
yeah.
Yeah. So, but then there was like on WWF back when it was WWF, there was DX, the Bad Boys, back in the heyday of wrestling. Still fake as shit, but it was entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
I haven't watched wrestling in a long time, but
yeah, I miss the days of like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. That was my shit back in the day until I figured out like it was fake. Then I was like, I can't really get with it knowing that they're not really doing that. But I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still athletes. They're in better fucking shape than I will ever be. But
oh yeah, they also had a lot of roids. A lot of roids. A lot of murder suicides in with former wrestlers.
Yeah.
An unnatural amount of murder suicides in the wrestling world.
Yeah, it's
there's a correlation there.
Alarming amount of murder suicides. Chris Benoit, he was one of my favorites too, but then you're like, he dove off the top rope and headbutted people. Big shock, he murdered his family and killed himself. I mean,
spoiler alert, like didn't see that going that way at all.
Yeah,
probably wasn't well.
You think that was CTE? No, couldn't have been CTE. What was his finishing move? Oh yeah, the flying headbutt. I forget what he called it, but it was
safe.
Oh, yeah, he just like dove into people with his face.
Are they loading that bull yet on your end?
They loaded the bull. Terrible job healing that sucker.
That was a good job on that gate. Real good job on that gate.
Real good job.
That's how you lose a tooth.
Yeah. I can't talk too much shit. It's been a while since I've had to load anything in a trailer. You don't have to do that much in the feedlot, so.
Man,
I do it once a week or once every other week, but not with a rope.
Yeah.
Same principle.
I'm gonna start carrying my GoPro more often now because we're out of like it's real slow right now, so I'm just gonna work on my trick shot roping buckaroo loops now.
Oh, we get to watch some fence. I got a feeling that they're going to make this a lot harder than it should be.
Yeah.
More than a feeling.
Tell me when you get to the backing up the trailer.
I'm making an abortion out of that.
I don't know. I'm not real impressed with it so far.
No, this is going to be a terrible show.
Yeah, I kind of.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not going to like this.
But it just, I don't know, it's kind of boring.
You talking about this fucking black stock trailer they got to back up?
Yeah.
Man, I was trying to load up my fucking horse this weekend because I was going to take her out here. And I had to rewire the harness for the fucking two horse death trap I have. I pulled it around the property a couple times to make sure that it was good, and I thought it was good because I was seeing tread on the ground instead of just dragging. And as soon as I got on the road, the fucking brakes were locked up, and I fucking flatted a tire.
Oh.
Felt like a fucking idiot. Yeah, big.
You'll have that.
Yeah,
I've never.
And an electrician. What's up?
I've never driven a trailer with brakes on it.
Well, we took that line out because the thing is that we got it as a gift from like my ex's grandparents, and they took it down here with a 4-point adapter, and it's a 7-point trailer. So like it happened the first day we had it, the same thing, and then she let some people borrow it because we had some really bad fires out by where we were at, and they were fucking helping evacuate horses and shit. And but it got back and it had a broken wire, and I tried to fucking solder that bitch on there. Learned real quick I can't solder too good, and I tried to replace the whole damn thing. And I had the fucking running lights. I'm like, all right, I'll be good with running lights as long as the brakes aren't fucking stuck. And that was my fucking issue right there.
Oh, yeah, trailer wiring fucking sucks. It never doesn't suck.
If ever you have to rewire a trailer, bring a Sharpie and write on the fucking trailer what goes where. Just because if you do it once, you're gonna do it twice.
Yeah,
best to have to look at.
Yep. Yeah, I hate trailer wiring, and you're better off just running conduit and pull, just run it all through conduit, and it'll last way longer. Costs you a little extra money to right off the get go, but man, it's way better.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this show kind of sucks. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I really don't want to be the talk shit guy, but it's just, I'm not impressed.
The thing about cowboy shows, I mean, I love cowboy shows, but like, they have to really fucking break it down for people who don't know what the fuck there is going on. Like watching, what was it, Yellowstone. I was watching it, and it got to the bareback ride and shit, and I was just like, okay, there's a little bit more to it than just fucking tucking your chin in there, buddy. But then I went up to a fucking parade, and I had people bumping into the back of my horse and shit. I'm like, okay, that's why they have to fucking break it down that dumb, because some people just don't understand it.
Yeah, there's you really have to dumb it down, but I was expecting it to be funnier though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you
Somebody
wanted to,
will like it, I'm sure.
He should really kind of, I feel like he should stick more to the rodeo stuff, in my opinion. I mean, when he was talking about dudes that say that they're going to go rodeo, but then like they ask them what rodeo they're going to, and like, oh, sorry, I can't make it to that one, I'm all papered up. It's like that I've seen in real life. Like, I've fucking gone to a few rodeos with a few like fucking sidewalk cowboys, and it's just funny when you start asking questions and realize how much somebody doesn't know. And not to pick on them too much, it's just funny to, like, you don't have to lie to kick it. Like, you can fucking say you don't know shit, and you can learn.
Right. Yeah, somebody's willing to help you if you admit you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Like my first rodeo experience was in high school, and I was going in and I didn't know how to fucking get the goddamn cinch around the bronc. And I was like, I mean, like, I got the hook around, and like I hooked the fucking cinch up, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I turned to one of the fucking dudes that was in the back, and he's like, okay, I got you. So, it helps you, plus it helps that person feel appreciated. So it's like, just fucking ask a question, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that goes with everything. Like, I'd way rather have somebody like new guy at work say, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, because then I can at least be like, hey, all right, stay the fuck out of the way, or be here, be there, whatever, instead of somebody like, yeah, I've been around, cowboyed up there and cowboyed over there, and then they have no fucking clue where they need to be.
Yeah,
there's fake it till you make it works in certain situations, but you get exposed real quick cowboying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Robbie was right. It is almost the exact same format as Duck Dynasty.
Yeah. And that got old too.
I enjoyed Duck Dynasty for a while. and then it got old.
The show I really fucking liked that only had like one season was called Way Out West, and they were actually like a lot of the shit they were doing. I could see fucking me and my friends doing back in high school. It was like they were blowing up like fucking beaver dams and just fucking doing stupid cowboy shit, like fucking putting people that shouldn't be on horses and fucking just letting them fucking rip.
I never did see that one, I guess, but yeah, I don't. There really hasn't ever been a good cowboy show, and doesn't appear like this one's going to be another any different. But
yeah, this is going to be it.
I mean, Yellowstone's a good show, but I don't watch it for the cowboy shit. Like it's well written.
Yeah,
it's a good drama, but it's not a good cowboy show.
I seen
some
a lot
good
of
music.
I seen a bunch of people talking shit about it on Facebook the other day. It was like, you know what? Everybody fucking knows that that's not what it's really like on a fucking ranch. Well, I guess not everyone knows. People living in the city might think that's what it's like, but
yeah,
anybody who's been around cattle knows that that's not how shit happens.
Yeah,
and it's made for entertainment, not for informational purposes.
Well, hell, even Boots liked Yellowstone. That one kind of surprised me. Even Boots enjoyed it. It was kind of raunchy, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it's definitely well written. I mean, that fucking the son or whatever, the adopted one, I fucking hate his character. But that's what
Rip
makes it
or
good.
whatever.
Like, no, not Rip.
The lawyer.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. I only watched the first season. I haven't watched a whole lot of TV since I started the podcast. Tell you the truth, my TV time has went to editing podcasts. But the chick rode a bull. There you go. Good for her.
She's just getting on my side. I got bigger balls.
She cover?
I don't know. It was like practice pin type deal. So,
no buzzer.
Dude, there's a chick fucking me and my buddy knew that fucking rode. She rode saddle bronc. I think she rode saddle bronc or bareback. But fucking every goddamn girl I've ever met that's done rough stock is out of her goddamn mind. Like just fucking all around crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, like that.
Who posted that meme in the bull session the other day? It was like it was some chick hugging a pit bull, and it's like it's not the breed, it's how you raise them. And the comment underneath was like, I strongly disagree. Any blonde chick with a Chucky tattoo is crazy no matter how they're raised.
I met Brittany Miller practice pin in Nebraska.
Yeah,
that gal that rides ranch broncs, and she's pretty down to earth. She's a real nice lady. Did not seem batshit crazy, but I didn't talk to her for very long. She did get on like fucking probably 8 to 12 horses that day, so that's a little crazy. But
that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
She's pretty dedicated.
There's a few of those gals that ride broncs like pretty regular, and I don't know. More power to them. I don't get on them. I don't particularly like hitting the ground. So like that's the thing on the rodeo side. If you're a rough stock, you will hit the ground. That's part of it. And I try to stay on long enough that I can get their head pulled around and then ride them out. Like that's my goal. And if I hit the ground, especially now, I'm getting older, it hurts for days on end. And and even when you do cover, it just beats the shit out of your thighs, and Yeah, like I said, I try to get their head pulled around to the right and get them circling, and then then I'll stick them in the neck and act tough.
I was never good at it, so I got tired of money. I might as well just show up and hand them $100 and go sit in the stands because
that's what we should have done with Afghanistan. Just wrote them $1 trillion check and left.
Oh man, don't get me started on that shit. Fucking yeah, I went to the day that shit was happening. I went to a bar and I fucking had like 2 pitchers of beer, which was fucking dumb to do that day. And somebody started asking me about Afghanistan, and I fucking think I've talked for about an hour. I was on a fucking soapbox.
It's amazing how. Yeah, what a shit show.
Yeah, there's a guy that's actually fucking calling him out though. Like I've been fucking posting all about him. It's like I think it's Lieutenant Colonel Shedder. I don't want to fucking get his rank wrong, so.
He was Lieutenant Colonel like Scheller or Schellerman, something like that.
That's what it was. Yeah,
yeah.
That's the balls on that dude are fucking astronomical because the fact that he gave up all that shit in his career, like
yeah, he was 17 years in too, right?
Yeah,
he got relieved for that, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he resigned.
Yeah, they tried to relieve him, then he resigned, and it's funny because in his fucking resignation letter, he wrote to what's his name? The fucking dude that looks like a fucking turtle. Like General Dunford, I think his name is.
I'm not for sure.
But he wrote like he's like, I know that you're gonna relieve me of my command, so I'm outmaneuvering you. I'm fucking resigning. We could have used that in Afghanistan or some shit like that. Like it was fucking it was pretty badass.
Good for him.
Yeah. That's something we need to see from fucking higher ups because the accountability issue has been going on for so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
That seeing that was like fucking it literal fucking Superman in my fucking book. He's up there with Mattis in my eyes.
I was listening to that book Jawbreaker about the initial Afghan invasion. So it was like the guy that was like the chief CIA field officer there in Afghanistan, and basically the guy that coordinated all the special forces troops and the Northern Alliance, and then like he was directly in response cornering bin Laden there in Tora Bora and was just pounding the table. He's like, give me 1 battalion of Rangers. He's like, I need, give me 800 Rangers, block off the exit, and we have bin Laden there. And nope. DOD said no. And just like, God damn it. And they said we didn't want a strong troop presence there because we didn't want to alienate the natives or the indigenous forces. Oh, okay, so we let him go and then invaded with 150,000 troops.
Yeah.
Great fucking job.
Yeah.
And it stayed for 20 years.
I mean, like tinfoil hats on, like you think about it, with what the what's the guy who is special forces that does the war party brand?
Jeremiah Wilbur.
What he was talking about, like with the military industrial complex and stuff, and I hate saying that. It makes me feel cringy because there's freaking leftists have been saying that for years, but he's right. Like you think about that, we could have had bin Laden in like a day and a half. It's like, all right, did they fucking call that off in order to fucking go through with all the checks that they're writing to all the fucking big military brands like fucking Raytheon and all that shit? Yeah.
You would, the good, like the rational person in you wants to say like, no, it was politics, it was incompetence, and a little bit of the military industrial complex, until you go back and look the stuff that we know. Cheney, who was was he CEO of Halliburton or like on the board of Halliburton? And he's Yeah, and he's like
He had
all
to
the stuff that
while in office.
Yeah, and then like we know all that shit actually happened, and they've made movies, they've wrote books. Like I just watched War Dogs again, where I guess all those arms dealers, like normal ass people were getting involved in gun running to Iraq, and then you had I think it was Wesley Clark, General Wesley Clark. He was talking about, they're like, all right, we're gonna go after bin Laden there in Afghanistan. And he's like, oh no, but then we're going to Iraq. And he's like, what are we doing in Iraq? And he's like, oh no, Iraq's just the start of it. Then we're going to Libya, Syria, Somalia, Sudan, and and Iran. And we're like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, what's that have to do with Al Qaeda? And it just, yeah. I think, and then this whole withdrawal, like I still say kudos to Biden for actually pulling the plug on it, but God, they fucked everything up going out of there. And I think that was more the Pentagon than it was Biden, because let's be honest, I don't think Biden's running anything. But I think they made it as painful as possible so that nobody ever wants to end the war again. And then they left all that shit back there for him, so that Raytheon and Boeing and Northrop Grumman have more shit to sell to Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a fucking big shit fest. My heart just goes out to the families and the people who fucking lost loved ones out there. I mean, I've been there. I've had to fucking see the flags on fucking caskets. It's not a fucking good deal. I mean, obviously,
no.
But like that's what kind of fucking makes me a little bit sick inside, is that fucking absolute apathy for fucking money to fucking put people's lives at risk because you can make an extra buck.
Yeah, that's the thing that's the most infuriating, is like I don't give a shit about the money so much. It's just like we just wasted an entire generation of war fighters for fucking nothing. Like, and just like there's even, and as far as wars go, we didn't lose that many in Afghanistan. Like it was 2,500 military and then like about 4,000 we lost more contractors than we did, active duty military. But like, how many of those guys came back fucked up on pills and end up shooting themselves? I mean, they're just, that's the part that gets me. It's like, and we did it so there it's a big geopolitical dick swinging contest, and then bunch of dudes in suits can make some money.
Yeah, and the thing about contractors is a lot of contractors are veterans.
Yeah.
So
yeah, most of them are.
Yeah, so you're getting fucked two ways a Sunday. Like you already had to go through the shit. You get out, you get a job with a fucking contractor, or with some type of fucking business that contracts out in Afghanistan, and then they really don't give a fuck about you because now you're just a fucking paycheck to them. So
yeah,
like it's like I said, that's the biggest thing's the apathy.
Yeah, it's fucking. I don't know, man. It's what a shit show. What an absolute shit show.
At the end of the day, that's all you can fucking say about it, because you ain't got the power to change it. I mean, to a point, like everybody wants to believe that one person can change it all, but it's gonna take everybody at this point.
Well, there's got to be more like that lieutenant colonel that just walk away from it. And like there, I've heard a lot of, I guess not a lot, but like some veterans with like, with a lot of influence, talking about like, like if you're thinking about signing up, don't. And if he's like, I've heard a couple different guys saying if like I was still in right now, I'd be trying to get the fuck out as soon as I could. And I think that's what it's going to take. If you got nobody over there to fight, then there's not going to be any war. Like, what are they gonna? They're gonna try to bring back the draft. That'll go over real fucking well.
Yep, that's not gonna fucking bode too well for a lot of people. So
yeah, like that shit's not gonna happen. I don't think that shit will happen. But I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think people would be cheering on a fucking vaccine mandate either. But here we are.
Yeah, and that's just getting crazy in California. In California, we went into work and they were talking about they were passing an emergency fucking mandate for every business to fucking first off turn away anybody who doesn't have a vaccine card, which is obscene, or anybody who's not wearing a mask. And if you work at any fucking place of business, you don't have the decision anymore. If you fucking feel like your people should not be wearing masks, or they shouldn't have to show you fucking medical information, California will come fucking roll up on you and tell you that you have to shut your business down.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I'm in Arizona. I'm moving all my shit right now.
I don't blame you. Well, it sounds like Newsom might actually get recalled, though. I mean, I don't know how much I believe that. It's still California, but
yeah,
it sounds like he's in pretty bad shape.
Is Caitlyn Jenner still running as a Republican in that deal?
Yeah.
Isn't that back-asswards? That was kind of fun.
Right.
I'd vote for him.
The first transgender Republican governor,
which is against transgenders,
which
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I really think the whole simulation theory is starting to.
Yeah, that Korean kid
it's making a lot more sense.
That little Korean kid needs to fucking lay off the candy because he's out of fucking control right now with the simulation.
I know it. I forget what was it the other day. I was telling my wife, I was like, "This is the ultimate simulation thing," because it's like, fuck, I forget what it was. Damn it. Well, just know it was a good one. Just know it was a good one.
Noted.
Yeah, I drawn a blank, but it was something about it was the left wingers this time instead of Republicans backing a tranny. It was the left wingers.
Right here.
Maybe it's something on guns. But it was
that'd be the day.
I forget what it was.
I know what really kind of cracked me up and also made me a little sad was when well, I guess a couple of months ago, Israel and Palestine were having another spat like they always do. And all like the gay community was like on Palestine's side. And I was like, do you guys even understand that they want nothing to do with you? And honestly, would hope you would all die.
Yeah, well, would probably gladly kill them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild time. What a time to be alive.
I wonder how the studies is going in Iran. Has anybody heard about that? Is that going well?
The what?
The gender study. Oh, that was in Pakistan. Or no, that was Afghanistan. That was Afghanistan.
I wonder if they're putting that money to good use right now.
Yeah, they're probably gender studying like some nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Well, depends on which side. I mean, sure, the ones that dropped their weapons and ran off, they did some gender studies on little boys, and and the other side, the women are just basically livestock, so they don't even consider that a gender, really. It's just your property.
Gender studies, there's only 3 genders: little boys, livestock, and men.
Right. Yeah, goats and women are on equal playing field.
We caught a couple of guys. It was funny because we were talking to a couple of the pilots, and they have the night vision, they have the night tracking systems on the aircraft, and they caught a dude literally fucking a goat out in Afghanistan. And I thought they were joking. They showed me the video. This guy had his fucking boots on, and he had the fucking goat up against him. You couldn't see anything because night vision's not that great. But way to live up to a stereotype, Muhammad. You fucking ass. Making all the Taliban look better.
The funniest thing was that CNN reporter, which like that chick had a set of cojones on her because she was like, they're chanting death to America. They seem very friendly at the same time. It's bizarre.
Yeah, they're happy that they fucking get to go. Never mind. I ain't gonna go into that shit.
I had a buddy of mine tell me a story. In Afghanistan, they were on fucking patrol, or they were on fucking watch at the fob, and they'd watch the fucking Afghans chase this donkey around. Bunch of guys chase this fucking donkey around, trying to catch it, fuck it, and the guys on watch would fucking watch them through their night vision all night chasing this fucking donkey. And every now and then they'd catch it and somebody'd fucking rail this poor donkey. But one night they were watching him and it fucking double barreled this dude right in the face and killed him dead as a doornail. And they were like, good for you, donkey, getting one in.
It'd have been funnier if the donkey started fucking him, though.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking revenge septum right there.
Can you imagine the eulogy at that funeral?
They left him there. They just fucking left him in the car.
Fuck yeah, I would too if I'd watch my buddy get double barreled in the face with a raging hard on by a donkey. What do you tell everybody? I ain't telling anybody shit. I'm out. I was out.
I wasn't there.
Never speaking of this again.
I don't even know what a donkey is. I've only seen a camel.
Like my only response to anybody for like the next 6 months would just be nothing. Nothing. Oh, that is hilarious. Just trying to get your rocks off with a donkey.
You don't gotta be lonely at Taliban only, dude.
Taliban only. I
had a buddy in Afghanistan because our heads like at this by the point we went to Afghanistan was 2012, so we were pretty well established out there. We had heads, but they were separate from our room, so we had to walk to the head to go take a shower, shit, whatever. And I had a buddy who was very feminine looking, and he had fucking 3 goddamn dudes because we would hire foreign nationals to go clean the heads and stuff. And he had 3 dudes corner him. And for some reason, the dude was fucking supermoto, and he had his knife on him. And he had to whip out his knife to get him to fucking back off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would not have been a fun time.
Yeah, that's a 100% cultural
disability right there.
What a fucking bass backwards. Kane's watching. He said, I leave for 10 minutes and come back to donkey loving.
Hey, that donkey fucked some boy up.
It's a cultural thing. You gotta let it happen. It's cultural.
Hey, just just don't question it, Kane. This is how I was able to sponsor your bronc ride this weekend. So, just don't pay attention to where the money comes from, buddy.
You better get on that horse from his back and not his rear.
Yeah, if you get caught trying to fuck that bronc this weekend, I'll probably sponsor you again. Just don't die.
I don't know
get
if
hurt, but it's good for the business.
Fucking a horse, but I could see him leaning over and whispering sweet things into his ear before they turn out.
I mean, if you get caught, you're going to be wearing a shirt with my logo on it anyways. So I'm just like, at that point, I'm like,
that's bad press right
in
there.
too deep. That's pun intended.
Just make sure you get the logo in the fucking the jail picture.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's that. I mean, what do you say? I mean, like you said, they left him, but like, can you imagine explaining that
to his wives?
Yeah,
his wives. Imagine having 6 different wives, but you got a fucking donkey.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Oof. Yeah, that's a rough one. That's Jazeera
better fucking take some cooking lessons if that's the case. Like, someone's got to fucking get them out.
If I had 6 wives, I probably wouldn't be at home either. I wouldn't be fucking a donkey. I wouldn't be at home.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then like you read those reports on like those, I guess it wasn't even the Taliban, it was like the Afghan National Army and those commanders that were just parading around with the little boys, not just fucking them, but like making those boys dance for them and shit, and like fucking weird, dude. That's
Did you work with any of the ANA much?
I personally didn't work with them a lot. I had a few friends who did, and they are fucking dumb as a box of rocks. From what I fucking heard,
that's
like,
what I heard. I heard that like any chance they got, any kind of downtime, they were getting high as a fucking kite.
Yeah,
God knows
like
what.
There's a documentary on Netflix called Restrepo that went into that, and they were like smoking weed while they were getting shot at and shit. It's like, all right, man, like that's cool and all. Like, you go to your little slightly stupid concert and fucking smoke weed, but not while we're getting fucking shot at. We got shit to do.
Yeah, like right in the middle of a firefight, they're blazing up.
Well, they're in the Hindu Kush. I mean, that's the origins of the Kush strain. So,
I mean, yeah, I don't blame them, but time and place, like, come on.
Yeah. Know your surroundings.
Yeah. Fucking there's one of my buddies was a fucking a security guard at like one of the holding cells for fucking Taliban guys that would get in, and there was he said it was fucking horrible because the ANA didn't do shit. They just sat there and they fucking smoked. And then he would get like shit thrown at him by the fucking guys that were in the fucking cells. Like it was fucking the San Diego Zoo or something. Fucking just monkeys throwing shit at you. Well, don't want to use the monkey word, but
Well, what other primate throws shit besides monkeys?
Yeah.
Well, my question is, how long do you have to starve before they quit creating fecal matter? Because the first time somebody throws a handful of shit at me, they're not fucking eating for a long time.
Oh, I just give them some fucking eye drops so their fucking shit wasn't solid enough for that, but I don't know how well that would go over.
Yeah. That'd probably get extra duty.
Yeah. Well, and then you just wonder, like, All right, so we killed bin Laden in 2011, and then everybody else is like, "Ooh, this is gonna be bad when we pull out." Like we've known for a long time that it was not gonna be good when we pulled out, and nobody wanted that on their resume. So that we just stayed over there, just like kept it going. Like,
I think the longer we were there, the more people hated us, and it just fucking added people to the Taliban ranks. I mean,
well, yeah. Well, obviously it did, because I mean they rolled through in essentially 2 months. They retook the entire fucking country for the most part without firing a shot too. That was the crazy part. Outside of a couple provinces, they just rolled in and said, "Join us or drop your weapons and go home." And that was pretty much it.
Well, they've been training A&A for 20 years, and they're still dumb as a box of rocks. So I don't know anybody who actually worked with them one-on-one who had high hopes in them ever holding anything.
Yeah.
No. Well, like all those, especially like the special forces guys that I've talked with, like, yeah, every one of them said, just, the guys actually doing the training and recruiting, they're like, nah, these guys are well, and that book I was reading today, that CIA chief, he was talking about how they had two different warlords that they were working with. Like the DOD was working with one of them with like a JSOC team, and then the CIA like special activities group was working with another warlord, and the JSOC team was like that warlord was trying to call in an airstrike on the other warlord that the CIA people were working with, and luckily like they caught it in time, but like no, and it's just like that feud probably went back generations, and they're just using American air power and money to get back at a decades old feud.
Yeah, they just got bigger toys over the years. That's all it was.
Man, yeah. What was the deal with that? They were flying that Black Hawk around, or was it Apache or a Black Hawk? I can't remember, but
it was a Black Hawk. It was a 60. I thought I saw that and I was like, oh great, but the story behind it's a little different. From one thing I read, it was actually video from UAE pilots.
Oh,
but then I had another thing I read that it was Taliban, but they weren't hanging the dude. They had him hanging off the thing because he was like doing work on like a tower or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, or like trying to plant a flag or something. I heard that. I know that Dan Crenshaw had a fiery Instagram post, and he was like, we need more military power now. And then I never did see him rescind that either. And so
yeah, he probably needs to get his eye checked and fucking go rescind
that. Right. It's amazing how quick the right-wing warhawks were pretty well dead under the Trump administration. Like you didn't hear much from them, but they've come out of the woodworks here lately.
Yeah. Like no offense to Dan Crenshaw, because he's a SEAL, he could probably beat my ass, but I think some of his politics aren't really where it should be at.
Well, he should know better. That's the thing. He should know better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and yeah, like it's the same. He's another John McCain. Like no taking away from his military service, but God damn it, you should know better.
Yeah. Like we can't sit there and be like, oh, you're fake news, and then post shit like that and not fucking address it when we're wrong. Because then where the fuck is our credibility at?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's what's your overall thoughts with this shit ending? I mean, because like you were over there personally. I mean,
man, that's a tough question. I'm still trying to process it a little bit. That whole week, I was fucking off the rails. Like I was just fucking livid. But like looking at it right now, I mean, I wish they would fucking fix it right now because I'm getting horrible ass stories about like the Taliban. They need to first off, they need to let us fucking fire at fucking enemy targets. Period.
yeah,
If they're threatening a fucking base, we need to be able to fucking shoot the motherfuckers. Because that's just kind of like a personal thing. Because I remember when we were getting attacked, there's a sergeant major going around telling everybody to fucking not be condition 1 with your weapon, which is a round in the chamber ready to go.
yeah,
And it's like, motherfucker, we're getting shot at. Like, go pound sand, dude. So the fact that it's so high up that the fucking order is not to fucking shoot because we have a ceasefire when they're out there like cutting the arms off of Terps and then fucking melting their ID into their fucking chests. It's like at some point you gotta let us fucking shoot somebody.
yeah.
I think that should be the first thing. I mean, I know that's gonna cause more problems, but this isn't gonna be fucking pretty if we don't. If it's gonna be worse if we can't.
Yeah.
So, with the whole war ending, I get a lot of Vietnam vibes, even though I can't really say that because Vietnam vets were treated a lot worse than what we are. But it hurts. It's bittersweet because now I know that like my buddies who are still in don't have to go over there and fucking deal with that shit. But at the same time, like the way it's been gone about, it's just that shit needs to be addressed. The accountability is a big issue in the military. It's cool to see that lieutenant colonel step up. I wish more people would do that. If that would happen, it would be like a house of cards of everything starting to go the way it should.
Yeah. And so like you were Marines, right? Marine Corps?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like that's I mean that hits home especially for you because that lieutenant colonel he's Marine Corps. And and he was like you said, like 17 years in, like he didn't have much to go and he had full retirement and shit, full pension. And that's leadership. That's leadership.
Yeah.
Throwing that shit away because I don't know. I mean, hats off to that guy. And Justin Willis, who was here with us on the last bull session, you were like he'd even talked about pitching in to send some Stetson beef to that guy too, and I'm all in favor of it.
Yeah.
So I might see if we can get a hold of that guy. But
he has a business. I think it's called The Perfect Mount. I'll have to double check with you, but he has a business, and I don't know how many veterans listen to the podcast, but I would buy a shirt from him. Like I'm working on buying a shirt from him because like half his I went to the website, half his shit's fucking sold out, so that's a good sign. But like anything that he has going on outside the Marine Corps, I'd fully fucking support. Because like you need to reward people that are willing to call out shit, call a spade, because if you don't, you get this fucking group think that just fucking causes us to stay in a 20-year war.
Right. Well, and so you've got Lloyd Austin, who's the Secretary of Defense, was just on the board of Raytheon, 9 months ago or whenever the fuck it was, like right before he got confirmed as SecDef, was on the board of Raytheon. No, they're not a conflict of interest there. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, like that revolving door in Washington's. And there's been stories for years about how big a piece of shit that guy was back when he was commander of the 82nd Airborne,
Yeah.
He's That's how it always is with those, I forget who said it. It might have been Jeremiah. I can't remember. But he said, like, once you hit full bird colonel, like you're a politician. You're not you're not a soldier anymore. You're just a fucking politician. And they fail upwards. There'd been no accountability for any. They'll they'll run Eddie Gallagher through the mud for beating the shit out of an Afghan dude for raping little boys, but the people that just have ruined, I mean, just fucked up the entire GWAT. No, they do. Yeah. They get promoted. And then when they retire, they go serve on a board of directors for some company that's going to make billions off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah was pretty spot on with what he was saying in that last podcast with where people go. That stuck with me a lot because, I mean, during that 2012 thing, during the whole week, there was the attack on Bastion. A couple ANA guys fucking turned Taliban in the middle of fucking doing patrols and shot a couple Marines, and then the Benghazi thing all in the same week.
Yeah.
And while there were people removed from office, or their posts or whatever, there was still enough blame for, I feel, for other people to kind of fucking, that had to step up that didn't. And it's funny because there's a Wikipedia post about it online, and from what I got from it when I read it back in the day, there's a lot of finger pointing at different people, at different countries even, because NATO is fucking a clusterfuck of countries. So I was like, oh well, you were supposed to be here, well you're supposed to be there, and it got to the point that everybody was pointing the finger at each other, and nobody got blamed for it. So the shit fucking it resounds now in 2021. I mean, like fucking damn near 10 years later, with this fucking accountability issue.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, not trying to rant, but
no, it's all good, man. No, it's just we got our ass kicked over there because it was a war that we shouldn't have ever started. Like the going after Bin Laden, like that. Yeah, absolutely, we should have done that, and we had him. We fucking had him. If somebody would like you had people that went in, did the hard work, and the way that guy, like I'd recommend everybody go. It's on Audible too, so if you don't have time to read it, you can listen to it. But it's called Jawbreaker, and it's about the and it starts back with like the embassy bombings in Nairobi and I forget where the other one is, Kenya, and I forget the other one, but it was like the early days of Osama, but it talked about how they basically retook all of Afghanistan using Northern Alliance and the Eastern Alliance Afghan forces, 100 CIA guys and 350 special operations guys, and they had Bin Laden pinned down in Tora Bora, and we had Mattis with 4,000 Marines standing by, and we had, all they were asking for was 800 Rangers to secure the Pakistani border. But no, we relied on the Pakistani frontier force, which they were letting Al Qaeda and whoever else across the Afghan border, like we're letting Mexicans across the border right now. I mean, it was just
go.
Yeah, and all it would have took, and they said, "Oh, we don't want to alienate the Afghan nationals with too many troops." And then what the fuck happened? We sent 150 ground troops in after we let him escape, and you're just like, what the fuck, man? Like, this could have been done.
Would have been a lot.
This could have been done by Christmas Day 2001, and we could have been out of there with less than 2 handfuls of American troops killed.
No,
and,
it's too.
and how many people were removed? How many people were removed from their post because of that?
That guy that led it, the chief officer, CIA officer, was removed as he was asking.
The only guy that had the idea.
Yeah, the guy that was pounding the table to send in the Rangers to secure the escape and trap him in Tora Bora. Yeah, the guy that was pounding the table said, "We got him." We have special forces guys calling in airstrikes, keeping him pinned down. That guy got removed.
Yeah, ironic.
Yeah, and got sent back to South America. I think he retired right after, but yeah, it's just insane. It's insane. And here we are 20 years later, and it's just like, fuck, it's another Vietnam is what it is.
Yeah.
And we sent people over there to arm and train the Mujahideen to give the Soviets their version of Vietnam. And here we are 40 years later with the same exact results.
Yeah.
It's insane. Just fucking insane, man.
Yeah, it's sad. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. But it's
Speaking of which, congrats to Thad. My buddy Thad just had his first kid, Alabama.
I was like, wait a minute. Why are you saying this kid? Why did I say a Forrest Gump quote? And you're talking about a kid. Like,
yeah. Well, and Thad hates he loves Alabama, but he hates Forrest Gump. I don't know how that happens, but
I bet that's all that. It's not
What's
like
that?
Forrest Gump in Alabama any justice.
True. Well, I mean, he might be the smartest man in Alabama.
Fucking definitely.
I used to live in Alabama, and I can attest to that.
I'm just kidding, Thad. Thad's a smart guy, kind of.
I'm gonna get on Facebook. I'm gonna have 3 less friends.
I was actually making a joke. It's pretty interchangeable. I was actually making fun of Jake, who was supposed to be on tonight. He's from Arkansas, and he's like, my coworker's like, those are some tough sons of bitches. I was like, well, yeah, because you got to fight your brother to fuck your sister, so you got to be tough.
I got a buddy in Arkansas I'm in good graces with, so I'm not going to comment on that. But
like I said, it's a pretty interchangeable. I mean, you could use that same joke for Missouri, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, West Virginia. I mean, they're pretty interchangeable. Louisiana too. Yeah.
Damn, the fucking West Virginia trips me out. I've seen some videos of there's legit incest families in West Virginia. Like, no surprise, but fuck, they start making their own languages at some point, and it's like, all right. That's why they have so many goddamn banjos.
Well, the only reason they catch so much shit is because they didn't have an empire. Because all of Europe was like the ruling elite of Europe was like that too. They were incest as a motherfucker. They just happened to have a whole lot of money and armies behind them. So
yeah, West Virginia is the exact opposite of that. Same family, same fucking family stick structure, but
yeah, they were the crackheads of the European royal families. They just all ended up in West Virginia and Arkansas and Alabama.
Well, fuck, you see that fucking. I'm pretty damn sure there's incest families that are fucking nabbing people when they fucking get up there, because you look at what was that map?
Blood in there every now and then.
Yeah, you gotta mix up the blood a little bit. It's like fucking making tequila. You gotta fucking add something to it. But fucking Oh, so there's like a fucking map of like the disappearances in the United States and like the tunnel systems in the United States. And the Appalachians have an awful lot of fucking tunnel systems. So I'm pretty sure they're adding blood here and there.
Well, the Amish community has gotten real big into adopting children in the last fucking 20, 30 years because they all come from such a small community of people that just about everybody's related. So they've been adopting children to get new blood in.
Could you imagine that you find out you're getting adopted and you're like, oh man, I hope it's like Bradley or Angelina Jolie, and you show up and you're churning butter.
Yeah, you're expecting to get to meet all like the hot celebrity all their kids. Instead, no, you're just like you're beating it to Mary Margaret's ankles.
Yeah. fucking smooth piece of driftwood's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that the Amish recruiters have a lot of success.
They definitely don't go in there telling them what's gonna happen, that's for sure.
No,
I think Army recruiters are bad. The fucking Amish are worse.
Well, see, I think the Mormons used to call that lying for the Lord.
The Amish Mafia. Wasn't there a show like that?
Yeah, there was.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They probably would have better recruitment rates, but I don't think their women are all that desirable.
I don't know, man. Have you seen them without the bonnet?
I've never seen an Amish lady that I was really like. I'd turn the lights off for and go by the candlelight.
Well, I saw a really dumb comedy movie that talked about Rumspringa, and those Amish chicks had some really nice titties. So that's what I'm basing. That's what I'm basing my knowledge of the Amish on. I'm sure it was real accurate. Imagine the bush on those chicks. Man,
I haven't seen a bush in years.
Yeah, that's like full fro, I would imagine.
That's that scary movie, bro.
Cool. And shears that
yeah.
fucking trim that shit up.
But you best not use that fucking electric razor. Fucking what the fuck they call it? They're like fucking Jonasiah or whatever the fuck. You put those electric shears away. You go fucking back to where you should. Electric in this house.
Those girls
goddamn dead to die.
They really shave their cooters with a straight razor.
Oh fuck, man, that's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean,
that's a slippery slope.
At least
opening up things.
Oh, that's a good pun there. Yeah, but at least on the women's side of things, like it's not protruding. I mean, I guess there's outies, so I don't know. This is a problem we're gonna have to work through here, because it's still like that's definitely not something you want to do as a dude or in today's culture. If you have a penis, if you happen to be a woman with a penis, you don't want to shave with a straight razor.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Well, I mean, unless you're going for that, like if you're going, you could transition yourself pretty easy, I guess. I don't know what the survival rate on that is, but
I own a straight razor, but I could not imagine getting that thing within like 2 feet of my nutsack. There ain't no fucking way.
Fuck.
I don't want to. I'm fucking hoodie gang. I don't want to think about it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah.
Fucking,
I mean, like if there's any ladies that have tried that, I mean, feel free to
They got
to
to
share your
drop a
experience.
comment
But
between
yeah, leave it in the
inquiring
comments.
minds want to
Hammer
know.
that like button.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
yeah,
bravery.
they're not a
They
chance I
the
would
front
not
lines.
a chance I would do that.
No, not even on a
Yeah.
bad day.
No, no, like Lorena Bobbitt yourself.
I'll
It could-
fucking braid my shit before I take a straight razor to it. I ain't fucking playing that game.
Yeah. No, I'll go full lion's mane before I do any of that shit.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we're talking about the Mormons and stuff. I didn't realize how prevalent they were in Idaho, because I went through.
Oh yeah.
It's weird. It's weird being in a fucking truck stop at fucking 9 o'clock at night and seeing somebody dressed like they're in the 1800s. Think you're fucking seeing a ghost or something. Should
I
have asked her for a
stopped
Snapchat. Now I know that. Now I know that. Now I know that the fucking all the fucking 1800s girls got the fucking mommy milkers. I should have fucking dropped her Snapchat or something.
Well, you got the fundamentalists up there in northern Arizona. There, is that Colorado
Oh,
City,
yeah.
I think.
Fucking Colorado City. That was such a big issue growing up. Like they are fucking separate from everybody else.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Like you can't even.
Utah actually just decriminalized polygamy here not too long ago.
Decriminalized it?
Yeah,
Like they said it was okay again?
yeah. I don't know.
I didn't know they fucking knocked it.
Well, they didn't really. The federal government did. That was the whole reason they got rid of polygamy in the Mormon religion, was because the federal government started hunting those fuckers down. Like the president of the church, right after Brigham Young died, the next one, he actually fled to Mexico because they were hunting him down.
That's so nuts.
I'm gonna look that, because that was within the last like 10, 15 years. I think they did that, and probably I think sooner than that. Yeah, I went on a. I'm still working on my Mormon series, because it's fucking interesting. That whole deal is real interesting. But
yeah,
I want to say it was like in the 2010s, sometime 2010s.
Damn, that's recent. That's way too recent.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just like, fuck it. They're let's see.
It's not like it wasn't happening already.
Yeah. I think
it's it's weird.
2020 actually.
Oh shit.
May 12th, 2020.
You know what?
Bigamy is no longer illegal in Utah.
You can have 5 wives.
You know what? They slipped it in right at the beginning of the pandemic, and they're just like, all right, nobody's paying attention. Have at it, Mormons. Have at it. Brigham Young is smiling today.
Courthouse is full. Until next month.
Oh man.
No, we can't get you new fucking tags. We got 1,500 fucking marriage license to process.
Yeah. No, I will not renew your driver's license today. I have got 17 marriages to perform. They're all to the same dude.
Yeah. He went to the high school, really fucking put the words in.
Could you imagine the high school yearbooks? There'd just be fucking 4 pages of the same name.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that was another. I think that was also that was also a thing with the fundamentalist Mormons, is they had to start like adopting kids to bring some new blood in, because yeah, they there was a lot of women, but not so many dudes apparently, and so like
not enough to go around.
Just marrying half brothers.
Ugh. Fucking family reunion looks. That would be a festival.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. The Colorado City thing was fucking pretty big deal growing up. I remember we used to watch documentaries of it in fucking class. Just like, don't do that. I'm like, wasn't fucking planning on it. Didn't even know that was happening.
Didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. Wait, you're telling me, like, as a teenage kid, that fucking sounds awesome, but now being a fucking divorcee, it's like, fuck if that wouldn't have been a horrible fucking decision.
Oh God, could you pissing one wife off is a bad day. Could you imagine pissing off 7 wives? You'd have to leave for like 2 fucking months.
Yeah. And they all fucking, like, scientifically, they all fucking sink. So it's like, there's one week out of the month where you have to be out of the house, or else you're fucking risking your life.
You're fucking.
Well, see, that's where Brigham Young had it figured out. Brigham Young had it figured out because he just had, well, he also was the head of the church, so he had all the money. Yeah. So he just gave every one of them their own house. That way they couldn't sync up. And he also, they were kind of like the Taliban, like the women were more property than they were people.
Yeah.
I don't know. They also let women vote too, but that was more for political reasons than for human rights. It wasn't so much a human rights issue as it was a political issue.
They're like, all right, I guess, Mary Sue, go ahead.
Well, when you got 9 bitches nagging you about it, you might as well let them.
So there was actually it was shortly after they all moved to Salt Lakes, or to the Salt Lake Valley, or the Salt Lake Basin, and like they really allowed polygamy. The women got bit to bitching too much. So, like there's a documented speech from Brigham Young, and he was like, I'm tired of all the bitching, and all you women who don't want this anymore, you can leave now. Or if not, then quit your goddamn bitching.
He's like, oh, look, I've just found this stone that says women need to stop fucking talking.
Right, yeah. I put on my gold goggles, and it says, women, stop your goddamn bitching.
Fucking convenient there, Brigham.
Oh man. Oh, what a weird, hilarious religion that is.
Yeah, I don't know, because I grew up Catholic, because my dad's from Scotland, so like we had his whole family. Like, he has fucking 7 brothers and sisters. Yeah. So they were like, the stereotypical Catholic family, which is awesome. I just have so many cousins now that I don't know who's actually family when they add me, and their last name is Friel. So so like I remember I had a girlfriend once who was atheist, and I took her to a mass, and we got out of the mass, and she's like, I thought I just stepped into a cult. And I was like, what? Because it all seems so normal. Like, going to church so long in your life, and like you walk in, you don't think it, like, when to stand up, when to sit down, when the fucking priest is gonna touch you, so what's going fucking on. So
you were one of the lucky ones that got touched.
Yeah.
You were not the ugly kid that they left alone.
Oh no, at 13 they stopped touching. They were like, nope.
Yeah, you're too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, no, it was funny. It was funny because you just don't think about it. Like, what's so fucking normal to you in your life, and then bringing somebody from the outside and hearing that it looks like a cult. I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, it kind of seems like a cult.
I went to a Greek Orthodox wedding, which I mean that's almost identical to a Catholic Catholic wedding, except it's in Greek instead of Latin. Yeah, it was at the cathedral there in Denver, and it was all in Greek, and it's same as a Catholic mass, just up down, and the chants, the prayers, and everything. But it was all in Greek, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then it's the cathedral, so there's like all the super cool paintings of dragons and shit on the dome of the cathedral, and I mean it was cool, but I had no clue what they're saying. Like at least Latin I could kind of halfway catch a word here and there, but Greek, Jesus Christ, man. I didn't understand anything.
The fucking what is it? The body of Christ is like a gyro.
Yeah. Just some shitty lamb meat with yogurt on it. Forgive me, Father. Forgive me, Padre, for I have sinned. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh man.
But on that note, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta go to Prescott tomorrow. But thanks for having me on again. I appreciate you reaching out. That's cool.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate it. It was fun. So take care, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry, Dale, I wasn't a big fan of the show. Our conversation was better than the show, so whatever. It happens. It happens. I'm sure somebody will like it. But on that note, yeah, on that note, move your ass. We're burning daylight.